We will examine XRP in this episode. Since there isn't a rumor circulating on social media that Bitcoin is outperforming XRP, we're going to compare the two. And guess what? That is not true. Consider SpaceX, which we found in a video clip discussing their plans to switch to a stablecoin and steer clear of the FX markets. Yes, we will discuss that we have a lot more going on, so without further ado, take a seat, unwind, and let's get started. Bitcoin 97.3, it has increased by 2.08% over the last day. Ethereum is up 2.23%, closing at 3,400. Both USDT and USDC are trading at 999 cents, while XRP is trading at a mean lean of $224, which is exactly in the midst of our resistance and support areas. Excuse me, it has increased by 3.65% over the last day, bringing the whole cryptocurrency market worth $357 billion. We still have a long way to go before reaching $4 trillion, but you know how quickly money can return to these markets and how quickly the market value of all cryptocurrencies may rise. In addition, the price of XRP isn't too bad, so you forget about the recent drop. Some people might wonder, what dip am I, and tend to concur with them. Take a look at this dip, people. In December 2014, one Bitcoin was worth 43,000 XRP at today's value. Guess what? You can acquire 43,000 XRP for one Bitcoin. Could someone please guide me in the direction of this underperformance? To be honest, I'm not seeing it appears that XRP and Bitcoin are closely related. However, 2014 is now, which is 10 years ago, so it didn't matter after that. It's interesting, isn't it? We see the narrative that is spread on social media about XRP and how it is underperforming the market as a whole and underperforming Bitcoin. However, if you really zoom out and look at the bigger picture here at scale, that isn't the case, and people simply say, well, Bitcoin is worth 95,000 and XRP is only worth, $2.25. The amount of return that you receive is what matters here, not the price. I tell people this a lot because many people get into the mindset that I'm going to invest X dollars in the market, and it's really difficult because I can buy, say, $300 worth of this coin, but the same $500 only buy me 10, and I want more. It doesn't matter how many coins you own, that is completely irrelevant, it's just a mental blocker. Here, what counts is how many X's that coin will generate. For instance, if Solana is worth $100, let's pretend that XRP is currently trading at 50 cents. You can purchase a bag that is twice as large as XRP for 50 cents, or $50, which we will set aside for simple calculations. XRP costs $50 here. Sal is worth $100. You will receive twice as much XRP. You've only done a 2x if XRP only gets to $1, but a 3x if Solana goes to $300. Therefore, what will provide you with a bigger return? Note that the quantity of tokens is irrelevant in this case. It's the number of generated. The XRP chart is quite basic here. We discussed the first video I was able to rescue was this one. We are presently sitting and bouncing between two support levels, 220 and 225, for your green support. We will have a clear path, a clear indicator, and the all clear to move up to $2.35 XRP if we can get the breakout over 225. Your chop zone is here. Since XRP faces opposition like no other and the U.S. Court of Appeals has established a fresh deadline for the Ripple case, there is a lot more red heading up. Do not misunderstand this as an SEC versus Triple case, rather, it is the case of Xenon-off. Recall that Xenon-off claimed to be individuals who bought XRP because Ripple was pushing it, lost about $100 on it, and are attempting to sue. The updated deadline we talked about derivatives on Monday, December 23rd, which is 2 days from now. We heard about Bitstamp and Robinhood, and it appears that they will be going down in 2025. Of course, we'll wait for more direct or clear sources to introduce that, but it appears that Bitstamp is developing a derivatives exchange on the XRP ledger. and they will be acquired by Robinhood in 2025. This is utilized, but let's not forget what Kendra Hill said. She says that to understand that Ripple's true intentions are to handle all of the transactions that occur in the derivatives market, they should consider cross-border payments as a nice testing ground to get them ready for the use case they have been working on since the beginning. There are several reasons why they haven't made this information public, but the main one is that they aren't ready. They are missing a piece of the puzzle, and that piece is called CODIUS. Isn't that intriguing? It said that 2 months ago, we learned from Max Avery that Stephen Thomas was working on a new version of CODIUS. Now, we learn that Bitstamp is creating a derivatives exchange on the XRP ledger and that Robinhood will be purchasing Bitstamp. We'll see how this all works out before we get this information. What will SpaceX do instead of converting to stablecoins, sending the money to the US, and then converting it back to USD? SpaceX uses stablecoins to collect payments from Starlink customers. When they want to make payouts in long-tail countries, they don't want to take the risk or deal with sending wires. Pay attention. I know the music isn't playing. Let me return. I'm on the wrong source. Now, pay attention. The main idea is that many businesses use these stablecoins in ways you wouldn't imagine. For instance, SpaceX doesn't want to deal with sending wires or taking on foreign exchange risk, so they convert to stablecoin, send it back to the US, and then convert it back to US dollars. How do you think they collect payments from all of the Starlink customers when they aggregate them in all of these long-tail countries? It's a very helpful tool, so the first is that I believe those rails should become the norm in the US. This will enable us to gradually remove all of the deteriorating infrastructure that the banks utilize to sort of impede and slow down the tax process, which shouldn't have been. This is quite fascinating. Stablecoins for SpaceX. We know that Elon Musk loves his digital assets and that he is working with President Trump when he steps in on January 20th. We also know that we have a new cryptocurrency called ZAR as well. And don't forget that this article is coming from Binance Square. I know that Binance Square people can publish articles, so does that mean it's an official source? But they talked about a SpaceX partnership between Elon Musk and Ripple. Ripple stablecoin goes live. XRP gains security, clearance in the United States. They're looking for a stablecoin to swap into so they can avoid the risk and not deal with sending wires. What I'm saying once more, I am aware that this post can be written. I want to draw attention to the fact that everything that has been foreseen in the past is beginning to coincide with the announcements or happenings that we are receiving now. This is sort of insane. How is everything aligning, then? I mean, is it wise for SpaceX to use an unaudited stablecoin like Tether when you don't know where the money comes from or how it works? Why wouldn't they use a stablecoin with global coverage that uses the XRP ledger, where money can be moved in a matter of seconds and for a fraction of a penny? Why not integrate that, since it seems like the most sensible course of action going ahead? Let's listen to what's happening here. Let's see if there are any additional developments with SpaceX and derivatives. Details about this fascinating period that will begin in 2025.